Does this mean we're not getting that Aunt May movie? Ah, darn. It is official, folks. Marvel has announced that Spider-Man will be joining the MCU, but when it comes to solo Spider-Man movies, they're still going to be made by Sony, but Marvel is going to have a creative say in that as well. So this pretty much means that Andrew Garfield is out, Mark Webb is out, Emma Stone is out, even though she was already. Heyo! And Paul Giamatti's cartoon accent is also out. And I am very, very happy to hear this news today. Do you know what has been missing in the Amazing Spider-Man series? A plan. First, it had no plan for what its tone wanted to be. The first Amazing Spider-Man was dark and gritty, and yet the second one was so fun and upbeat. They just felt like reactions to trends. Let me show you. Alright, we're working on this new Spider-Man reboot. What should the tone be? Well, those Dark Knight movies seem to be selling pretty well. I mean, we should make it dark and gritty. Great idea. Alright, people, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Sir, do you know what's selling more than the Dark Knight movies right now? It's the Avengers movies, and those are fun and upbeat. You're right. These movies were just reaction to the trends. They were trend followers, not makers. Your plan just can't be following what's popular, or else your movies won't be cohesive with each other. The first two Amazing Spider-Man movies were not cohesive to each other. There was no plan. And so now you bring in Marvel, a movie studio that knows their next moves for the next 50 years. Okay, that's probably a hyperbole, but I would not be surprised if they have the next 50 years already planned out. Now, I would love Marvel to have the control over the Spider-Man solo films. Sony knows that they can't pull the same shit again on the fans. They will use Marvel all they can, or else they're just gonna dig themselves in the same hole as before. And the news also states that Spider-Man will be first showing up in a MCU movie. Chances are that it's going to be Captain America Civil War. I think the timing just works out so perfectly. I think you can just squeeze in Spider-Man into that script. I know they can do it. And it's going to be really interesting if they do put Spider-Man in this Civil War storyline. Now, I'm not sure how loyal this movie is going to be to the comic books, but in the comic books, the superhero act made every single superhero show their true identity. And when you look at the Marvel superheroes, I mean, none of them really have secret identities. Bruce Banner isn't keeping it a secret. Tony Stark told everyone that he's Iron Man. Thor is Thor. Captain America isn't really keeping it a secret. Neither is Black Widow or Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in the new movie. But you know who does? Spider-Man! That would be such a cool storyline to see Peter forced to tell the world that he's Spider-Man. That could be really interesting. And it would be cool if they gave like a cool Spider-Man tease in Age of Ultron. I think Joss Whedon has a post-credit scene and a mid-credit scene. They're both going to be mind-blowing. It's too late in the game to pull one of those out. And so now, what Spider-Man do I want in this new Marvel reincarnation? Okay, first off, no origin story. We don't need it. I want to see an older Spider-Man. I want to see an established one. And it hasn't been done yet. It's kind of like what DC is doing with Batman for Batman v Superman. Instead of getting another origin story about how Bruce Wayne's parents died, they're making him old and established. Because it hasn't been done before. Now, who do I want to be the next Spider-Man? So I'm not entirely sure what way they're going with the new Spider-Man. I have heard reports that they still want to go young, which I think would be a big mistake. But if they were going young, I have to go with the obvious generic choice. Logan Lerman. I know everyone's saying it, but I have to agree it would be a great choice if they were going with the young Spider-Man. Because Logan Lerman has a lot of range to him. He can play quiet and introverted in Perks of Being a Wallflower, but really show his emotion and fury. He has that range. He's a great young actor. And if they were to go older, Sam Rockwell. This is about a 1,000,000,000 to 1 scenario, but god damn it, I want to see Sam Rockwell as Spider-Man. Probably would be a bad fit, but damn it, I still want to see it. And I also have great names of people who should direct the new Spider-Man movie. First, you have Drew Goddard. This guy was supposed to direct the Sinister Six movie. He's already somewhat connected to the Spider-Man universe. Dan Gilroy, the director of Nightcrawler. This guy knows how to do characters. Also, he was a writer on Real Steel, so he has some connection to blockbusters. Unlike Mark Webb, which is why I thought he was a horrible choice to do the Spider-Man movies. You do one good Joseph Gordon-Levitt romantic comedy and they'll just give you Spider-Man? Come on, you need experience. Neil Burger. This guy directed Divergent, granted not the best movie in the world, but he does know blockbusters. And he also did Limitless, a very smart psychological thriller. Joe Cornish. This guy was first writing the Ant-Man movie when Edgar Wright was directed, but of course I think it kicked off once Edgar Wright was off. He's connected to Marvel, he would be a great choice, and he did attack the block. Ruben Fleischer. Now this guy was on the shortlist for Marvel after Edgar Wright departed from Ant-Man. He's on Marvel's radar. Now this guy did do 30 Minutes or Less and Gangster Squad, but damn it, he still did Zombieland. That counts for everything. And Duncan Jones. This is probably never going to happen because Duncan Jones is doing the Warcraft movie and directors really don't like working on two properties that aren't original. So I can't see him committing to this franchise, but if he did, Okay guys, those are my thoughts on Spider-Man heading back to Marvel technically. What did you guys think of this Spidey news today? Make sure to comment below, hit that subscribe button, hit me up on Twitter, at my website, brendanhasablog.wordpress.com. Until next time, I'm Brendan Weissman. Peace!